Fam, I'm leaving New York and I'm moving to LA, which feels so crazy to say aloud, and there's definitely good reasons for it, which I'm going to get into later in the video. But first, I just want to say my bad for not posting in a minute. Definitely been through a lot over the past few months, learned a lot, come back, and some lessons that I'm going to teach you later on in this video, especially if you're a creator. And also, firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the good vibes. I appreciate you, and if you're back from one of the last videos, yo, I appreciate you so much. Also, I'm in my grateful bag right now. It's Thanksgiving, my second Thanksgiving in New York, my second Thanksgiving in America, so I'm really thinking a lot about what I'm grateful for. But listen, I went to LA a few weeks ago, learned so much, and then I came back to New York and went through this crazy creative block, one that I've never been through, and I really had to go through it to understand, okay, who am I, what am I doing, who am I creating for, why am I even doing this? And I feel like now I'm coming back stronger, better, and I'm super excited to move to LA. That in itself is so wild. I felt like in the back of my mind, it was gonna happen sooner or later, but I thought it was gonna be later, as in like much later, like maybe next year sometime. Then it was like, okay, maybe in June, maybe in February. And then now it's happening on December. I'm definitely excited for that. But at the same time, there's like an element of heartbreak to it as well. When I posted on Instagram that I was going, I did feel like this relief, this weight come off my chest, but I did sit in my feelings for like 2 hours. Cause it's like, bro, in New York, I found everything that I ever wanted. I found Eileen, I found my career, I found a lot of my confidence, and I was able to build this platform where I can do this full time, which is so crazy. I'm so grateful for that. But I also understood that to get to the next level of my career, it was time to move, which again, I'm excited for. So just figuring that out. But for now, gonna do some shopping. It is Black Friday. Eileen's behind the camera, so is Ron and Cub. And yo, we're gonna enjoy the evening. It's not 6 a.m. and we're not headed to the gym, but we are headed to do some work. It's early. I'm feeling all right though. I feel like I'm glad that we slept in. We was out till like 1:30 last night, I think. Chico's on his way around. I think he's coming to ours around like 11:30. And then we're heading into the city. Alright, bro, let's talk about LA for a second, because to be honest, I had no idea what to expect. At the end of the day, I kind of flew out to link a bunch of guys that I'd only ever spoken to on Instagram. But as you can probably tell, it was a vibe. And I feel like for the first time as a creator, I really felt a sense of community. And what I liked about it, it was more than just everybody showing up on camera. Everyone was still linking up off camera, creating and just hanging out. Now, as for LA itself, I didn't really scratch past the surface, but coming from London rain and New York winters, that feeling of not having to think about the weather every time you want to shoot was just priceless. Bro, overall, it was just such an amazing experience. Bro, if there's one thing I've learned in this life, is that you just have to roll with whatever's coming in the day. And today is definitely one of them. You know what? Where are we today?
We're in Financial District, okay? I don't know why. I don't know what was going on in Cam's mind, but he convinced everybody to do a helicopter ride, which is absurd. You Sony guys.
The thing is, that's actually crazy, because it may or may not have been my idea. However, we got to the booth. I said, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right thing to do today. We haven't.
Then I said you live once. You know, look, you're gonna go up, and by the time you're up, you're gonna be scared, but you're gonna be glad that you did it.
Oh okay? My God.
W enabler in the chat.
W enabler. Chico, when you woke up this morning, did you know you were gonna get a helicopter?
No, bro. Helicopter is crazy. My first time is his first time. But like you said, you gotta do. You don't know what the day is gonna throw at you, and we're here now, so we're about to get on a helicopter for the first time, bro.
I'm terrified right now.
Guilty feet, got no riddle, no, it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool, I should've known better than to cheat a friend. And waste the chance that I've been given, so I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you.
I'm gonna be real, I was a little skeptical about getting on the helicopter. Firstly, obviously, was not cheap by any means. And secondly, I don't know if helicopters are the safest mode of transport out there. I'm just saying, but it was one of them ones that, you know, I was nervous coming up to it, and then we got on the helicopter, and then it just started taking off. And in that moment, obviously, there's no turning back. And I kind of just like, bro, I looked down and I started seeing the city, the skyline. And I'm thinking, bro, I'm from London. And I had no idea that, you know, picking up a camera would one day lead to a random afternoon. I'm on a helicopter overlooking New York skyline, bro. It's like this overwhelming feeling, and it's also in that moment I'm like, bro, I can't let this be the only time. I just want to keep on grinding. I want to keep on going harder. And I know it seems so silly that it was just like an experience now that I'm saying it, but it was one of those moments that I never thought, I don't know, I never thought like something like this would be my reality. So being here right now and just experiencing that, it was insane. And I definitely, if you ever get the chance to go on a helicopter over the city, do it, man. That was beautiful, overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even describe it, man. Go do it if you get the chance, please.
LV step today, that's minimum 10. I still cut through my ends. Only family be my circle. Trust me, you gotta watch your friends. If man try violate me, I'll make sure they don't do it again. I told you it's all about timing. So long that I've been grinding.
Yo, obviously one of the things that I mentioned to you earlier was about having creative block, and I feel like that came down to a few things. I think like one of it was just everything accelerating really quickly. Like, bro, obviously it's only been 6 months since I went full time, and I had no idea that everything would be going this fast. So when things go really fast, I get worried. I overthink to myself like, oh, am I learning the right things at the right time? I guess, you know, when you spend a long time doing something, you learn all of the things as you go along, and then if you get hold of it really quickly, you might miss out on little mistakes that are small when you're learning, but when you start, like, I guess getting bigger as a creator, you're like, oh shit, I don't want to make that mistake because there's more people watching, and then you put more pressure on yourself, and then you're like, oh, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And bro, I feel like it just all got to me, and I'm like, yo, I just need to take a step back and be like, nah, I just need to chill. I need to just keep on creating, keep on enjoying myself, because that's the reason I started, and then I guess create for the people that I initially created for, which is obviously you. But I don't know why I got into my head about it. I feel like another thing that really affects me is when I lose my routine. Obviously when I was traveling to LA and then coming back, and then, I don't know, it just took me a while to get into the swing of things. So I wasn't eating properly, I wasn't sleeping properly, I wasn't going to the gym hardly. I went like 6 times in a month, and normally I'm going like 3 to 6 times a week. Never 3, more like 5, 6 times a week. Being in a space where I just physically didn't feel there really affected my mental. So the past few weeks we've been getting up at like 5:30 every day, except the past 2 days, but I feel way better. Get back to my routine, eat properly, sleep a little bit better, but overall, yo, I feel like I'm back. I feel like I'm creating again. I feel like I'm feeling good again, and I feel like I'm just doing what I love, which is the most important thing. I just had this random thought about all of the unreleased videos that I have, and I have so many videos of where I've gone to a park to record a vlog because I felt like I needed something to do. I was just sitting at home and I was like, oh, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go to the park. Firstly, a park is an amazing place to start learning how to vlog, because it's somewhere where everyone's just practicing random things, sports, yoga, whatever it is. If you want to film there, it's a really good place to learn. But on the other hand, it was like I was going to the park for the sole reason of needing to do something for my content, when I feel like the best vlogs are just real day in the lives where you're going to the gym, going and doing your work, going and doing whatever you do, but you're just speaking your thoughts. And if that's just you chilling at home, that's calm. You don't have to overthink anything too much. You don't have to plan things to do just for your video. Go about your daily life, speak your thoughts, and that's the best content you're gonna get. Trust me with that one, trust me. However, that said, right now we're on our way home because today I'm shooting a video for Meta. It's my 5th video that I'm doing with Meta, which has been absolutely insane. I'm so grateful, firstly, that they believed in me, and secondly, that it's been going really well. Originally, it was only supposed to be 3, and then they renewed for 5, which is really thanks to you. You interact with my content, you let me know what you like, what you don't like, and I really appreciate that. It makes it a lot easier for me to figure out, okay, what am I gonna talk about? What concepts am I gonna do? You get what I'm saying? Today's a long one. We gotta go up to, well, basically, firstly, actually, let me tell you the concept. So I'm leaving New York to go to LA. What 3 things should I do before I leave? And I'm gonna ask Meta that. Obviously, I've already asked because I had to plan the concept. It's a calm one. It's just like one of those fun vlogs, but you know, Meta AI is guiding us. Quick one, because we've been shooting the Meta video all day. But firstly, yo, let's just take a moment for this view. This, bruh, I actually don't know when I'm gonna see this again, so I'm just taking in this moment. But with that said, yo, we've been doing this Meta video. We had a plan, but it didn't really go the way that I originally wanted it to. One of the things as a creator and what like brands want to see, and just what, you know, makes you a good creator in general is when you can pivot and figure things out in the moment, because I can't lie, I wanted to crash out earlier when it wasn't going my way. Firstly, I'm covered in ketchup, and this is like my fit that I'm supposed to be wearing for the video. Then we went to one of the locations, it wasn't what it was supposed to be. And then we were like, oh shit, the sun's going down, everything's not going our way. But having those times where you're like, okay, cool, well, if I can't do this, I still have to come with a solution. If I don't come with a solution, I'm not gonna get the video done, I'm not gonna get paid, and they're not gonna wanna work with me again. So it's like, all right, cool, what are we gonna do instead? Is there any other footage I could use? Is there any other ideas I could come up with? Is there any locations that I've been that are similar to what I've pitched that I'm still gonna get? So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. I'm ready to get it, but these are the times that, you know, you just gotta go hard. I don't have the option for it not to work, so we're making it happen.
On morning side, got no stick in the ride. If I take flicks with the guys, I gotta put emojis over like.
Today is the day I have my driving test. Oh my, you know what, it's crazy because I've been driving for 15 years legally, like I've actually had my license for 15 years. But I don't know why I feel like a little bit nervous about this test. I just don't want to get to LA and not have a car, so hopefully it should be calm. Apparently it's like 10 minutes long, you just gotta know how to parallel park, check all your like mirrors, your blind spot, your signals, and then you're chilling, which is easier than the UK test. The UK test is treacherous. It took me like three goes, I think. Yeah, three tests over like the space of like a year. So, but that was 15 years ago. Obviously, your boy's got practice now. So hopefully, I shouldn't take that long this time. Right now, I gotta be there in 9 minutes, and I'm like 11 minutes away. So, fingers crossed that it's all okay. One thing that surprised me about the test here is that they literally just grab you in a car, park you up on the side of the road with all the other people that are getting a test, and they pick you up and take you from here, which is, I don't know. He said the test is like I mentioned earlier, test is like 10 minutes long. You go do a little drive around and kind of just let it happen. It doesn't feel very formal when like you go to a big building and you know, I don't know, I thought we'd be going to somewhere like the DMV, which is a hectic building, but no, it's just meet on the side of the road, they take you and from there you go. So this is gonna be interesting. Fingers crossed though. Did I have my test today? Maybe. Did I pass? Maybe not, but hear me out. I feel like, actually, you know what? Let's not get into it because I'm a post-therapy man. I'm a healed man. I know how to control my emotions. I'm not gonna crash out and I can take accountability for my mistakes. But bruv, I was ready to lose my mind. I can't believe it, bro. I've had my license for 15 years and I didn't pass a 10-minute test. That's crazy. So now I gotta go to LA, do it all again and just figure it out. But on the topic of LA, I haven't really spoken to you as to why I'm actually leaving New York and why I'm going there. I feel like you can kind of get the gist of it from what I spoke about in terms of what happened on that 2-week trip. But the main reason is just community, man. I feel like being around so many other people that want the same as I do, that are creatives, we've all got the same goals and we can all push each other, was just such a great experience. And it's not just myself that feels this. I feel like everybody felt that. My boy AJ, he's moving in from Atlanta. Obviously, I'm coming in from New York, and being able to experience that all together was just like amazing. I'm gonna be real. A bunch of creative minds just coming together and just creating beautiful content and pushing each other's limits in terms of where we, well, at least I know personally felt like my ceiling was. So now that I'm not going to be in New York capping myself because of my own perceptions of myself, which is a weird thing as a creator, because until someone is like, nah, this is good, bro, you got this, bro, you think you're at a limit when actually your limit's a little bit higher. I guess it's like having somebody who's spotting you at the gym, they're just helping you up with those last reps, and you're like, actually, you know what? Man's kind of strong still. Yo, with all of that said and how much I value community, you can't really build that without figuring out who you are first. Like, who am I? What do I stand for? What do I hate? Where do my boundaries lie? And something I've been thinking about more recently is, what am I really capable of? I don't believe you can find those answers in comfort. I feel like you have to find them when you put yourself in situations that push you, when you're left on your own for long periods of time, or when things get so heavy and you're worn down to the last bit of string that's holding you together. It's only when you come out of the other side that you'll start to see what you're actually looking for. And just to be clear, I'm not saying starve yourself of sleep or isolate yourself completely, but do set yourself a goal and do everything within reason to reach it, because that process will tell you everything you need to know about who you really are. I'm tired of the New Yorkers are horrible slander, and I know I'm smiling, but it was actually a bit of a deep situation. I was just on the subway and one old man, he fell on the floor hard, all his stuff fell everywhere, and it was just like, in a situation like that, when it was deep, like, it was really beautiful that everybody on the platform stopped, helped him up, picked his stuff off the floor, made sure that he was okay. And I feel like New Yorkers get such a bad rep for being these horrible people, or that they don't care about anybody. Nah, man, New Yorkers are so real, bro. Like, I swear down there, I'm glazing right now, but listen, it's rightful. New Yorkers are just real. Like, if they don't like you, they don't like you, just keep it moving. There's no fakeness. If they do like you and they rock with you, it's just smooth sailing, man. So yeah, it was just a proper reminder that There's some really great people in the city. I've been thinking a lot about motivation recently because everyone can have the exact same goal, but a completely different reason for wanting to achieve it. And I'm gonna go out on a whim and say a large proportion of the world's population want money. Or at least I do. And whilst every now and then I may succumb to a little bit of materialism, my true motivation in life is to just buy time. Time for myself, time with my people, and time for my people. My dream is to be able to take as many people away from their grind as possible so they can have more time to enjoy life. At the end of the day, we're only here once. And I'm grinding hard, so one day they won't have to. That's my motivation. Yo, we're on our way to go and pick up a 16 to 35mm lens I found on Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, I know I have a 10mm and I know I also have a 24 to 70, but I feel like there's a justification that I'm gonna explain to you, at least the justification I've been telling myself, and that is I wanna put out way more videos. And you know, like to create so many videos, it's gonna take so much time. And the one thing that takes up all of my time is just changing lenses. Think how much videos I can put out if I didn't have to change lenses. So that way I can put out more content, I can get more brand deals, and I can buy Eileen all of the bags that she wants in her life. Yeah. Listen, in the comments below, let Eileen know that it was a really good purchase. It was definitely needed, and it was 100% not a waste of money. All right? We just got to the location. There's a little coffee shop. I think the guy lives here. But to be honest, from the picture and the description, it looks pretty meticulous. I think that was the word he used, meticulous. So hopefully it's good. The price is good. It's way cheaper than all of the used ones at B&H, for example. It was one of the best prices on Facebook Marketplace. And I thought, you know what? I'm moving. This will make like vlogging when I'm moving way easier, and hopefully it goes smooth. So I'm just about to meet him right now. Yeah, this looks good, man. I'm gonna put it on my camera. Look how smooth it looks. Look. The zoom in, nice. Zoom out, you still see everything. It's not as wide as the 10mm, but it's wide enough, and it's good for like just those days where I'm running around. I need to get a little bit of B-roll, cinematic, but I still need wide enough that I can walk around and vlog myself. I'm happy. Listen, it was a very, very good price, and it is like mint condition. There's no scratches on it, no scratches on the lens, not even on the casing. Bruh, I just gotta still have my haps right now. But listen, let's get into it. I feel like by the time you watch this video, I'm gonna be in LA, because as of today, I've got 9 days left in the city. And fam, I can't lie, I've got like so many emotions going like in my head. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I'm scared, but I wanna be there. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming. But as for my last 9 days, I definitely just wanna enjoy it as much as possible, shoot as much content as possible, explore the city in a way that I haven't explored it before. And kind of, to be honest, that's the reason that I'm in the Heights today. And for those of you who aren't from New York, Washington Heights is in Uptown Manhattan. It's a very Dominican neighborhood, and also the neighborhood that Chico is from. So he's gonna be showing me around, and we're gonna be doing 2 videos. But other than that, man, 2006, banger. 2016, banger. 2026, there's no excuse that it shouldn't be a banger. So we're going hard, I'm going hard, you're going hard. Yo, everybody's got to be going crazy. And yeah, man, enjoy the day. I feel like this one's been a bit of a heavier vlog, but I also feel like with deeper emotion comes a lot more growth. And this one for me is really about saying goodbye, which, by the way, is something I've been notoriously bad at my whole life. Shout out my therapist though, we're working on that one. But today forced me to face it head on. I knew I couldn't bring my furniture with me, but I also couldn't keep things as they were. I had to let it all go. And weirdly, in the process of giving things away, I really felt a shift in my mindset. It didn't feel like I was throwing parts of my life away. It was more like I was passing something on. And watching people receive these things that have been part of my everyday life, part of my journey, and genuinely appreciate them, gave me a sense of closure I don't think I've really felt before from a move. And it was kind of like this weight I didn't even know I was carrying just lifted off my chest. And on top of that, bruh, something so beautiful happened. 2 people came to pick things up completely separately and realized they knew each other. They'd gone to college together and hadn't seen each other for years. It turns out they now live in the same neighborhood, and they were reunited right here in this moment. Bro, people talk a lot about money when it comes to content, and don't get me wrong, making money from something you love is a beautiful feeling, but the best thing content has ever given me is people, man. Just being able to land somewhere new and knowing you're good, or knowing there's someone you can call, and just, people you can hang out with is, I guess it's a type of wealth that you don't really appreciate until you have it. And while I'm on that topic, making friends as an adult is a weird feeling, especially when you make them online, but you learn pretty quickly who has good intentions and who reciprocates energy. And when the effort's mutual, you really feel those bonds happen. It's our second to last day in New York, and probably the last day that we can actually be outside and film and enjoy the city, because tomorrow, obviously, last bits of packing, Got to leave the house in good order so we don't have any trouble when we're moving. But look, we were blessed with a snow day. What are the chances? The day before we leave the city, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So we're just going out and about, shooting some of our favorite spots in Queens, some Queens classics, doing a light bit of retail therapy, you know, just
make our bags heavier.
Make our bags even heavier. Oh my gosh. Yo, our suitcases, bro, we already got 8 full suitcases, plus the hand luggages, plus the personal items. It is going to be treacherous. That's all I can say. But I'm excited. I'm enjoying the last bit of cold. I don't know if you're enjoying it.
It looks really nice. It looks pretty. It feels kind of weird on the feet. Like it's like an odd texture, but it's nice and beautiful.
It's nice. And then after this, it's just like what, 80 degrees in LA, which is gonna be nice. AJ and Jada, they're moving into the same building as us. They got into their apartment a few days ago. They're mad happy. I can't lie. Seeing them happy made me, I guess, like way less anxious about what's to come. Because obviously we haven't visited the apartment. We don't know what it's like. We don't really know the area. I don't know New York. I don't know LA like that. So I did have some apprehensions, but like the moment they FaceTimed us and they were like, cheese, let's go.
I was like, do you guys rate it? And then they're like, yeah, of course. When they said that with zero hesitation, I was like, okay. We're safe.
We're safe, exactly. So we're feeling good. We're excited, obviously sad, but you know, happy for this next step. But as for today, enjoying the snow, getting some shots, and time to do a little bit of shopping.
Bruh, I know I already said it, but I still can't believe New York gave us a snowy goodbye. What a way to end it, bro. This was the moment that everything really hit me, but not in a sad way, more like yo, we really did this. I'm looking at Eileen like, baby, we really did this. Just being here with my camera, walking around, enjoying life, planning what's next, felt so surreal, especially knowing that at the start, we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. And if I'm being honest, I still have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I just keep it moving in a direction that feels most aligned and most true to myself. And somehow or some way, it has been working. But I think to add to that, I failed so many times, more than I can count. And I put myself in some terrible, terrible situations. But every mistake taught me something, and every decision I made led me to this point now. So standing here in this moment, bam, I'm so grateful.